All right, this evening, we have Alabama head coach Jason Jackson, as well as student athletes Jim Jarvis and Drew Williamson. We'll start with an opening statement from coach and then take questions from the student athletes.
Congratulations to Wake and Tom and his team. They've got a great ball club. I think that they're, they've had a great year. They're going to make a good run out in Omaha. And they got a very good club. They got a very deep pitching staff. As you saw today, they can really swing the bat. Very proud of our guys. Very proud of our team. I've done this a long time, and I've never been more proud of a group of individuals than I am of this group. I think that they are everything that is good about college athletics. I think they are everything that is good about just the world today, and what they've shown and the character they've shown and the resilience they've shown in these past couple months, I think serve as a great example to hopefully a lot of people, but I know our fans, the kids that watch us play. My son is 8 years old, and I'm so glad that he got to see these guys, right? And how they handled every reason to feel sorry for themselves, every reason to kind of, I don't want to say quit, but like every reason to just kind of have the woe is me. And they didn't. Every time something happened, they jumped right back up and they kept pushing forward and they kept pushing forward. And it's a really good baseball team. It's a really good baseball team. And it's also a great story of character and resilience. And it starts with the older guys on our team. These two right here, Tommy, Garrett McMillan, Jacob McNair. I could go on and on about the players that we have, their character, how hard they work, how they go about their business. I told them all that, just like I told you, I've never been more proud of a group, and I just thank them for letting me come on this run with them, because they've made me a better coach, just getting to be a part of it. And I'm so proud of all of them. I love coaching this team. We all love this university, and it's been a fun ride. It's always hard when it comes to an end. But I can't say enough about these guys and the rest of our team. Thank you.
We'll start here on the left.
Yeah, Drew, I'll start with you. Just a kid from Bruton. You said it before, you grew up an Auburn fan. You got flipped over to the other side. You've been here for 5 years now. You came back, chasing this goal. What have these 5 years been like for you wearing that A?
And it means so much. I'm not even going to be able to get into all of it, but I'll just say this. I'm so thankful to God for the opportunity to just be able to play here and to be able to play on a team like this, full of this group of guys. I love every single one of them, and they mean so much to me. This coaching staff, the university, just everything about it, just the amount of growth, the amount of pain and resilience that you have to build, playing here for 5 years. I'm just thankful to the university for making it. I feel like I've grown as a person since I've been here, and so I'm forever thankful for that.
Jim, San Diego, California, much different. You could have gone and played a lot of baseball schools, a lot of different places. You chose Tuscaloosa, Alabama, and over these last 4 years, you kind of become one of the faces of the program. What is, just kind of similar to him, what has being that guy for the last 4 years meant to you?
Well, honestly, I didn't really have that many other options. I had one other offer at a high school, and I was going to go to a JUCO, but I really want to play in the SEC. And I got really lucky that coaching staff here took a chance on me, and I'm really appreciative of them for allowing me to play and giving me a bunch of opportunities. And like kind of what Drew's saying, like I can't really put it into words, but like I'm just really thankful for the opportunity to get to play with like my best friends. But it's not even just like the team, like he was saying, it's like the sporting staff and everything. Like I became pretty good friends with pretty much everyone that was around the program, and they're like the greatest people I've ever met. you walk around the corner anywhere in our stadium, there's a friendly face to have a good conversation with. And I mean, I used to get asked like if I'd get homesick, you know, being however many 30 hours away from home or whatever it is. But it's pretty much impossible to here, just because like everyone here is family. Everyone's looking after you and checking out on you. This is a place I can for sure call home for the rest of my life.
Go front row right.
For both players, you guys, you and your teammates a lot over the last couple of weeks. It's kind of about the impact JJ's made on the group, coming in as the head coach. Obviously, he was around before, but in a different role. In totality, kind of what can you say about the job he's done and kind of the impact he had on you guys during this run?
He couldn't have done any more perfect of a job. And I can say that honestly, that I would go to war for this guy. I've loved the time that I've got to spend playing for him. And I hope that somebody will give him a shot somewhere else because they will not regret it. He's a great dude, great coach, just great all around. And I really enjoyed having him.
I mean, we were in as you can imagine, quite a big pickle. And from literally the first day, he stepped up and was just a perfect leader. Kept everyone on the right line. Made sure everyone was like aware of the goal. Never let anyone get too far away from that. And even like, I mean, like I try to be as steady as possible, but sometimes during games and whatever, if like I get a little too emotional or out of line, he's the first guy that's able to bring me back. I mean, I can't say enough about him. I'm a little upset I didn't get to spend more time around him, my time here. But I know for a fact that I'll stay in touch with you. Maybe a little too much, but I hope so. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, we don't get here without him. And that's for sure.
Just a quick follow-up on that. Player, you think you've done enough to earn an opportunity to take away that interim tag here in Alabama?
I don't get to make any hiring decisions, but if I did, I promise you this would be my guy. I'll say that.
I don't think you can do anymore.
Front row left.
Yeah, Drew, you came in 2019, Alabama wins 7 conference games. Jim, you came in the next year, didn't even get to play a conference game. Obviously, the COVID thing happened. The program wasn't in a great spot when you both came in and the other veteran guys on the team. How do you guys feel like you've done growing the program from, like I said, 7 conference wins to now 2 wins away from Omaha?
See, that's a long, hard ride. It's a tough conference and it's just relentless all the time. Once you think you may have taken that next step, you just get hit right in the mouth. And it's just that constant battle of just back and forth. You hit in the mouth, get back up. And, you know, I mean, our goal is to go to Omaha this year. And we came up 2 wins short of that. But I know the work that we put in. And that's all you can control at the end of the day. You can't control outcomes, but we control the work that we put in, and I can hang my hat on that.
We'll go to the TV cameras back up.
It was clearly not the finish of the year that you guys wanted, but anyway you look at it, it's a historic year for the program and everything you guys were able to do. What are the things you're going to remember most about this year, and how much would it mean to you to be able to come back with the team next year?
I think there's probably going to be a lot of time for reflecting, you know, and I'm sure there'll be some things that pop up, but you know, the last 6 weeks or so, you know, there's probably a lot of memorable moments that'll come up as we go through. Like Drew said, it's not the end we wanted. Our goal was to end in, you know, was to be in Omaha. And we came up a couple wins short, but you know, to see these guys, the way they responded in the face of adversity. Like I said, I just couldn't be more proud of what they did. But yeah, we didn't, you know, it's not the finish we want. So proud of them and how they handled everything to get us to where we are right now.
What would it mean to you to be able to come back?
I would love to come back. I love this university. I love these players. I love the guys that are here. And I love coaching this team. I love all of them. So, I would love to come back.
Go front row right.
Yes, JJ, kind of similarly to that, every coach wants to earn the trust of his players. What does it mean to you to kind of hear this kind of word that the players have shared about you and kind of the impact that you've had on them this season?
They probably say nice stuff to them sitting there. You know, Yeah, it's, you know. We work hard as a group every single day, right? And you've probably heard me say this before, but you got to prove yourself every day in this game. You know, as a player, as a coach, you got to show up every day and you got to work and you got to prove yourself. And so these guys do that, and they give us everything they have all the time, you know. And as a coach, you do the same thing. You give them everything you have all the time. They deserve that. And I know I've probably made more than my fair share of mistakes. I've probably made plenty of mistakes today. But the one thing I know is that they get everything that I have all the time, because that's what they give me. And I think when you do that, it's easy to have mutual trust with each other.
We'll go front row to left.
For all three of you, just the momentum you guys have sustained over the last 8 weeks or so, and you guys being seniors and sort of the impact you guys are leaving here on this university, what do you think that means for the future of Alabama baseball and sort of just your impact here, your footprint?
Yes, you guys.
I mean, I think it's everyone's dream to go to Omaha. And we've proven that, like, I still, like, regardless of the outcome today, I believe we belong in Omaha. It's just like the way baseball works. Sometimes we didn't get there, but like, everyone wants to go to Omaha and especially be on a team that's like really, really close knit and having fun together. And like, this is a spot to do it. I mean, the way that they run the team, it's like, it's literally just a family. That's why I like, sucks that we didn't get there, because I would love to see or just be able to play baseball with these guys a little bit longer. But just, you couldn't ask for a better situation in Alabama. So I hope that everyone out there sees that, and obviously the program will continue to grow. But yeah, I mean, it's good.
Yeah, I think, yeah, just what these guys have done, we have a good group of young guys that'll be back here next year, you know, some really talented young players. And now those guys have gotten to see what it's like, right? They've seen what these guys do. They see how these guys go about their business every day. And to get to this point, I think they know a little bit more about what to expect in the postseason. And they know what it takes from the, you know, from the upperclassmen to lead. These guys have led by example. And so, yeah, I mean, everything kind of goes in stages, and to be able to get to this point, I think you get to this point next year and it's a little bit of been there, done that, you know, they've already got to this point before, you know. So I think you could tell this weekend it was an emotional weekend, right? We knew we were 2 wins away from our goal, and everybody was really fired up and everybody really emotional, you know, you could kind of feel that. And, I think this time next year or two, a year from now, whatever, when this next group gets back to this point, you know, they probably feel a little bit more like, yeah, okay, we've been here, we know what to expect, you know.
Right. This the players as well as there to say about the year Colby's had. It's kind of like when at the beginning of the year, obviously he was freshman coming in, and you'd expect anything close to what he got.
Yeah, I mean, I remember watching the first week, and I think I told him in the second week, I was like, I think if you would be my pick for a freshman, SEC freshman of the year. And he did not disappoint. I didn't think he was going to hit. I mean, he hit 25 home runs. I mean, nobody expects that. I thought he may hit, 15. But holy crap, hitting 25 home runs. That's unbelievable. But yeah, I mean, beyond the performance aspect that everybody sees, we got to see how hard of a worker and how great of a teammate and just how great of a guy Colby is. And that is what has produced the results. And I don't see that changing anytime soon.
I mean, I love that kid. He absolutely cracks me up sometimes in the field. And like, no, I wouldn't have guessed that he would have hit 25 home runs. That's just an outrageous number. But if anyone's gonna do it, it's probably him. Yeah, like Drew said, like he earned it. Like, it wasn't just a fluke year. Like, that kid deserved everything that happened to him. And again, like Drew said, it will continue to happen. He's got the right attitude. He's got the right mentals. He's just a special kid.
Anything else from the group? Thanks, guys.
Thank you guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm sorry.
Thank you guys.
Just hold on to it. Well, they already have the first question, but I asked you guys.
And that too.
Yeah.
Got it too. You got it too? Oh, let's go. I got it too. Did you get it? Probably.
Thank you.
Yep.
You're good.
What's up? Yeah, should be Nick and Brock.
Yeah, it's well.
It is.
I am all.
Yeah, I think, I don't think so. I don't think that's good.
Not a good situation.
Actually, I think in this next game. Yes. I didn't see it, I saw that he hit it.
Yeah, he rocked it.
Who was it?
Yes, no, yeah, there's a sort of Camden Yards.
I don't know.
I don't know. Honestly, the fact that I had to stop and think for a second, it was like, no, that's like probably over 1,000 feet away, but
Oh, you're good, yeah. The last text that I got from him was rallying the troops. That was 2 minutes. Now, where he's rallying, I'm not sure, but we won't start without him. Yeah, I don't know. Like the bottom is going up. It's been pouring out there. Yeah, I just heard it start to rain, but.
It's a good thing they got that game out. So it looks like the force, looks like we're taking some liberties on predicting who's arguing. I'm guessing that changes, but.
Yeah.
I've got a shirt.
I think you can order it,
Teams.
you can order, I guess you can basically pre-order.
One would have to match. Like, there's no way these are. Considering South Carolina's.
That an ESPN note? Yes, chance stash. Where'd that show up? On Twitter? Twitter? Thanks.
That we were one run short this year. There you go.
Do I have to do anything to turn this on this? Do something to turn this on.
Pull up right there.
I got. You guys have a trick book or something?
No, just ready to go.
All right, guys, congratulations to the Winston-Salem Super Regional Champions League Forest. They advanced to the Men's College World Series in Omaha, Nebraska, and will play the winner of Stanford, Texas for regional in game 1. This evening, we have Wake Forest head coach Tom Walter, as well as student athletes Brock Wilkin and Nick Kurtz. We will start with an opening statement from the coach and then take questions for the student athletes.
Yeah, thank you. Just so proud of this team. You know, we had high expectations all year, you know, number 2 ranked, number 1 ranked. And the higher the expectations got, the more these guys showed up. And in big games, your big players have to show up. Your big time guys. Kurtzy gets us on the board with the homer in the first. Then Brock, obviously, a 3 home run day. Both made a couple really good defensive plays to help us get big outs. And Josh Hartle, of course, you know, settled the game down. You know, obviously it was a little shaky early, but then, you know, got there in the third with 2 outs and 2 on, got a big out, and then really settled in and cruised from there. Got 8 of his next 9 hitters out after that and settled the game down. And then, you know, our bullpen's done what they've done all year. Cole, Rowland, Massey, and Manassi. That trio has been really good for us all year. But it's a big day for our program. This is the culmination of a lot of hard work from a lot of people. It started with Ron Wellman and Mike Buddy and their vision for our program, the improvements we made to the facility. John Curry came on board, moved us further down the field. And, you know, when you got guys like Ryan Sosick and Tony Joyce and our assistant coaches, Bill Salento, Corey Mascara, Matt Wessinger, Will Craig, I mean, those guys do so much to help these guys prepare and develop as players and men. So just proud of our organization. It's a big day for us. And we're going to celebrate this one for 36 hours. And then we're going to get back to work because this team, we've got even bigger goals. Check another box.
Essex and Tom.
This goes for both of you guys. The last time this program went to Omaha, they were still building new buildings on campus at the new Wake Forest, you know, location. What does it mean to be a part of the team that's finally broken that streak?
It's super special. You know, to be able to be a part of something bigger than yourself is always amazing. And
to do it on the greatest college baseball stage, I mean, that means nothing more to myself. Being able to do it with these guys right next to me, I mean, that's what it's all about right there.
Yeah, when I decided to come here, this is what I envisioned, this kind of year, these kind of people around me. And it's just pretty awesome to see everything come to fruition this year and all the hard work and all the love we have for one another. It all works together, it all makes sense.
Brock, I know you're not into individual awards, but the ninth inning homer made you the all-time ACC home run king. Your thoughts on that? And I know you weren't thinking about it when you went up there, but when did it hit you that you had hit it?
Yeah, you know, kind of like the 59th one when I broke the record, I come in and Walt first want to congratulate me, and that's when it kind of really hit. You know, I remember one of those things you'll remember everything about certain days of the year and in your lifetime, and this is one of those moments I'll never forget anything.
And get one for Nick too. Nick, you hadn't had many 0 for 4 days without reaching base. You had one yesterday, and I think the other time you did that this season, you had 3 for 4 against Elon. It's something where you have that one bad day and you kind of know you're going to bounce back in some kind of way.
Yeah, I mean, I know if I go over 4, the next 3 guys down the line are gonna go 3 for 4. Like it just kind of team me are when if I have a bad day and my team's gonna pick me up. So it makes me able to not dwell on things and just move on to the next day and just try to win. That's all that matters right now.
Let's,
Yeah, I kind of hit upon this, but you guys collectively went over it yesterday. Is there kind of like wanting to send a signal that, you know, you guys are gonna be, you know, present and accounted for in the super regional?
Yeah, we talked about it yesterday. Actually, we were like, man, the 2 best hitters right now went 0 for 8 and we beat them, you know, and this just shows you how good of a team we are, you know, that collectiveness and collective group effort, we can beat you in so many different ways. And, you know, us 2 not having to do anything in that means that much more to the rest of the group.
yeah.
What happens in games like this when you squeak out one day and next thing it's like hitting a beach ball with the wind at your back? Describe the feeling of what happened this afternoon.
Yeah, I mean, you know, we saw the ball well today. We saw the ball well yesterday. I think yesterday we had some really good at bats, just didn't stack up when we needed them. And today we kind of just stacked them more together. And when you do that, good things happen.
I mean, Luke Holman's a really good pitcher. I mean, we gotta give him credit and credits too. I mean, he's a very good pitcher. He's one of the best pitchers in the SEC. And there's gonna be days where we score 5 runs, and with the pitching staff that we have, we always think that we're gonna win with 5 runs. So to come back here today and show them we can win by scoring 22 runs as well. Pretty reassuring.
The second row left and then less.
At what point of the game today did you guys realize that you guys were going to home bond, and what was that feeling like when you guys had that when it settled?
Yeah, I think it really didn't hit me until we go out there for the bottom of the 9th. You know, anything can happen, it's baseball. But going out to the bottom of the 9th with our dude Cam Manassi on the mound, I knew that it was game over right then and there.
Yeah, I mean, I think it was like 18-5 in like the 8th inning, and we looked around, and we were like, we're actually about to do this. Like, we're about to do this. And then when that last out happened, it really all came through.
Plus,
Just your thoughts on watching Lucas Costello lunge out for that catch, 22-5 lead to the top of the 9th, and you know he just keeps that run off base head.
Yeah, I mean, he does that every single day. I expect him to make those plays almost. But I mean, that's the kind of ball club we are. We're gonna give every single part of effort that we have until it's over.
go 3rd row all the way right and then.
Yeah, for both of you players, I mean, you know, with what we're talking about, you know, the legacy, the long-term building combination of this. We're out there celebrating and it's, you know, such a momentous moment for the program. I'm sure you're interacting with, you know, other people who've been a part of this along the way. What does that mean to you? And are there any kind of particular interactions that really stuck out to you out there?
Yeah, I think that dog pile was surreal. You know, obviously not a lot of people get to do that, and being able to do that with my best friends, I mean, that meant the world to me. You know, I think just going after the dog pile and just hugging every single one of my teammates and coaches, saying we did it, you know, and job's not finished, but we got a huge step along the way.
Yeah, same thing Brock said. I mean, that dog pile and getting out of it, and then seeing everybody give their own hugs. And then also this one guy after the game on the field, he came up to me and goes, "I don't know you, you don't know me, but I'm so proud of you." I was like, wow, it's pretty special. It's pretty awesome.
Go skip the Essex.
Houston hit a grand slam.
what was the reaction in the dugout? Because we talked to him earlier in the week and he was wanting to contribute offensively. You saw him running out of short space after an out a few times and trading it in frustration. Then he hits the bomb. What were you guys thinking when you did?
Yeah, anytime he comes up big, it's big. You know, especially for a young kid to do that in this moment against a really good team. That was a really special moment for him and a really special moment for me because it's like one of my little brothers. I played with him since he was 15, known him for a long time. So being able to see him enjoy that moment was really special.
When you look back at the regional last week and then the past 2 days, what comes to mind with the fans? I mean, how much they filled the stadium, the support, the noise over the course of this game?
I mean, the fan support is unbelievable. I couldn't imagine, you know, doing it without them. 4,000 people on their feet every single pitch of every single game for 5 games in a row. It's surreal, you know, especially when I was here when we had COVID, there was no fans. And so having that be the exact opposite now and having everyone here, every seat filled at the moment, I mean, that was just a really special moment to soak in.
No problem, right?
For Coach, I think I asked you a couple days ago, it's about the job JJ's done at Alabama, now that he played in the series, one really tough game. Do you think he's done enough, or do you think he has the makeup of a Division I baseball coach?
Well, there isn't any question. He's done an incredible job with that team, and I do want to congratulate Alabama on their season and the run they made. I mean, they're a really good. They're an Omaha caliber club, and they gave us everything we could handle and more. And I hope they give JJ the job. I think he's earned it. He's earned the opportunity to lead that program, and I hope it goes his way.
Go TVs to the middle.
Yeah, guys, there was no, anybody up there. There's no question that this expectations for you guys that you put on yourself, it's to get to this point. Now that you've gotten there, there's still more work to be done. You guys mentioned it. But does it feel everything you expected to feel to get to this point? And then what was the first thing that went through your mind when that final out was made?
Yeah, honestly, it's everything and more. You know, this moment, I've been dreaming of it since I could ever remember. Being on this stage at this moment, with my best friends surrounding me, I don't think I could have ever imagined anything more. And when that final out was made, just the amount of joy and happiness that I felt, not only for myself, but for past teams, for my coaches, for my teammates, that really sent me over the edge and, you know, really enjoyed this moment.
Yeah, I mean, I couldn't even try to tell you what I was thinking after that last out. I mean, my mind was just like speechless, and I don't know, it was pure enjoyment. I don't know, we get on that dog pile, we all get off, and I see all my best friends and all my teammates, and I'm like, wow, like, yeah, we did it. This is awesome. Like, this is everything I ever wanted, and not even done yet either.
Anything else for the student athletes? All right, guys, so we'll take you out the back and then we'll take questions for Coach.
Have a good night tonight. Be safe.
We'll start with you.
Coach, when you think over the course of your career, taking multiple different programs to the NCAA tournament, now adding that feather in your cap of going to Omaha and the journey of doing so at Wake Forest, what does that feel like right now?
Well, it's an incredible feeling. And like these guys said perfectly, it's made extra special because of the people we're with. You know, our coaching staff is like this, our group of players is like this, and we've been like that, you know, from day one this year and really starting back to last year. So I'm just so proud of this club and now we've kind of continued to build the momentum and kind of build in our successes and learn from our failures. And here we are. So it means everything. I mean, it takes your program to kind of a whole different level of status for sure.
We'll Connor that less than
I'm speaking about learning from failures. 2 years ago, you guys swept it. They just won in 27. We talked then about needing to revamp the entire culture. Did you ever imagine then that 2 years later you'd be clinching a trip to Omaha on the same field?
Yeah, I think we all believed that could happen and would happen. Quite honestly, we knew we had the talent. You would look back to that freshman class, you know, with Wilkin and Manassi and all those guys in that class, so much talent. Danny Corona, Tommy Hawk, you know, and then you add to it with Josh Hartle's class, you know, on top of that. So we felt like we had the pieces, and you know, thankfully in the transfer portal, we were able to add some big pieces, Sean Sullivan and Justin Johnson, of course, Cole Roll and Michael Massey Bentley. So we went out there and added the pieces we needed to kind of put us over the top. So it's again, it's a culmination of a lot of hard work, but it's talent too. You don't get here without talent. And we've got a talented clubhouse.
Walking around the concourse, I've noticed a bunch of different faces, past years here, past team, like past managers. Is there anybody who has connected with you that has kind of really resonated, or is it just all culmination?
Oh, man, it's everybody. I mean, we've had David Couch here. Gene Hooks being here today was really special to me. That he was here for that. Ron Wellman was here for that. You know, Ben Sutton was here for that. Steve Forbes was here, you know, and down on the field. And it was just really special that again, our folks showed up, you know, not only our alums, and we must have had 40 alums here, you know, again, ranging in age from guys we coached to guys that were here 20 years ago. So it was, you know, it was a really special day.
Did I see Kevin Jordan here today?
Oh, yeah, KJ was here for sure.
Wes?
It's probably long forgotten by a lot of folks because of the offensive display, but in the second inning, you know, Josh had given up a home run and 4-pitch walk. Moose goes out and talks to him. What was said on that mound visit? Because it seemed crucial at the time.
Yeah, I mean, Moose told him just get back to what you do. You know, again, Josh, and I think Josh was a little nervous. Let's call it what it is. And again, you're out there for the first time in the super regional, and everything's kind of on your shoulders, and the ball's flying out of the yard. And again, it looked like it was going to be one of those back and forths. But again, Josh came in after the third inning, and he was like, "We're good, boys. I found my cutter." So he, you know, sometimes those good pitchers, they don't have their best pitch early, but they keep fighting through it, and then they find it and they cruise. And that's exactly what Josh did. I mean, I look at the box score and I see he struck out 11 and walked 1. I'm like, he threw the ball great. You know, he gave up a couple of homers, but you know, other than that, Josh Hartle was outstanding today.
How does a pitcher find the pitch halfway through the game?
I think he just trusts, he's got to keep going to it. You know, it's one of those things where, you know, he's got so many good pitches that sometimes we can get away from his best pitch, but Moose kept going to it and Josh found it. And again, his confidence just grew as the game wore on.
After the ACC tournament and the loss to Miami, was there a regrouping or refocus, or just how did you approach what was to come for the team?
Yeah, I think, you know, again, we wanted to win the ACC tournament, of course. And we knew we didn't play our best baseball in that loss to Miami. But we also knew we had like 8 or 9 balls right at people, and that game could have went a totally different direction if some balls had fallen. So it's not like we walked away from there saying we need to change anything. You know, we walked away from there saying, hey, just keep playing our game, keep staying the course, and we're going to be there at the end. We're going to be where we need to be.
No TVs left.
Coach, how good does it feel that no one's gonna be able to mention the 68-year drought in terms of heading to Omaha anymore?
Well, that's going to feel really good. But again, you know, they want it it all. So we're still in the rearview mirror when it comes to those guys. And a lot of those guys are still involved. Jack McGinley was here the other day, and he's on that team. He was on that team. And you know, we had Zach White's grandfather was on that team, and he was here for the game yesterday. So again, those guys still stay very involved, and I know they're pulling for us as much as any. Billy Ray Barnes is still in touch, and so again, those guys stay in touch and are excited for us.
Yes.
Coach, when you look at the past 2 games, specifically with the pitching staff, there was a fair amount of adversity. Rhett struggled a little bit yesterday. Josh struggled a bit today, but both of them persevered and were able to come out on top. How important is that for them to have those experiences going into Omaha where they're going to face serious competition?
Well, that's what makes those 2 guys special. Josh and Brad, both those guys have the ability. They don't have their best stuff to win. I think any pitcher can go out there with his best stuff and win. Those guys have that rare ability to make big pitches even when things aren't going their way. You know, they get out there and there's traffic out there, and they don't walk anybody. They keep coming after guys. They keep making pitches, and I think that's really what separates those 2 guys from most of college baseball.
Yes.
It's just, given the way the game played out, at what point in this game did you feel like, you know, this was getting real, that you all earning the strip all? How did that feel for you? And then how did that, I guess, inform the way you managed the rest of the game?
Well, it felt incredible. Again, Josh getting us 6 innings was huge because it shortened our bullpen. We were talking about going to Seth Keener early in the game, you know, who we had scheduled to start tomorrow if necessary. And that's a big risk, you know, and it was like a 10-3 game at one point, and we were talking about going to Seth right there, you know, with a 7-run lead and try to win it right now. And if that had blown up in our face, then you know, we go out tomorrow and trying to figure out who we're going to start. And so you know, the game was certainly, you know, you never felt comfortable. Once Merrick hit the grand slam, that's kind of when that happened, I was like, I think we got it. We're good now.
That's all set. All right, thank you.
Thanks for your patience.
We had to talk to you, we couldn't.
Sir.
Mine's great, so.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
It's okay.
Sir.
Safe travel.